Shall we get my final guest out, ladies and gentlemen? Right now, but first, let's see her in a great scene from the remake on the movie Alfie.
I'm sorry, mate. It's against the law for me to carry any more than...
What's coming? What's coming? What's coming right?
Thank the Lord. A Christmas miracle. All right, hop in.
Thanks for saving us. I was freezing my little toes off.
No worries. You know, it's pretty full back there. Why don't you...
Good idea. Why don't I?
Wait, what's the champagne? All in.
Please welcome Sienna Miller, ladies and gentlemen.
Waiting for a girl and she gives me to bites. Waiting for a girl, we can talk about bright lights. She's a sight for eyes. Waiting for a factory girl.
Sienna Miller, ladies and gentlemen. Hey,
Hello.
Sienna, lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How are you? You look very well.
Thank you, I am very well.
Good, good. I'm pleased to
good,
hear.
Thank you.
Now, I understand, and I don't know if this is true or not, whether maybe you were just saying this, but you're genuinely a big fan of Joe Calzaghe, is that right?
It's quite embarrassing, but I am.
You're a boxing
And now
fan?
I've met him, so now I can't do it because he's back there and it's
You
embarrassing.
can't do what? What were you going to do?
Well, no, just...
Be a big fan?
No, I can be a big fan.
Okay. But you like boxing yourself as a sport?
I do, which is weird. I mean, it's quite a violent sport, but it gets me riled up.
Does it? It gets you riled up or it gets,
Yeah.
it gets you a little bit excited?
A bit, not...
Doesn't get you... Well,
Not like that, you know, just a little bit, you know, Larry.
Have you been to see any live matches?
No, I've been to pubs. I've watched it in pubs.
You
I
watched
watched
it in pubs?
the
That's
last
real
fight,
rough.
the Hopkins fight, in a pub in California.
That must have been exciting.
An English pub. I tracked down the one English pub.
Oh. Well, you spent back being in California. Have you been to Wales, though? You've been filming in Wales
Yeah,
recently.
we filmed in Wales last year. I love Wales.
Do you have to be nice about the places you visited? You got in trouble recently by being a little bit honest about somebody, didn't
I
you?
did. About Pittsburgh.
Okay, I know. I don't want to stir this up again. But
I
you
mean,
were filming
to be honest, the damage is done.
So you didn't take the
I did Cockney rhyming slang on the word pit.
And you said
and
it was...
followed it with berg, and it came out as Pittsburgh.
And were you describing this to someone?
I was doing an interview. This is what happens. I say stupid things.
Yeah, that's not, yeah.
It wasn't clever, but it was...
You were just trying to
you
be,
think that
I guess,
people
funny.
Funny, yeah, in
So
my
you said
own
it was
way.
Shitsburg.
So I called it Shitsburg, and that didn't go down too well with the people from Pittsburgh.
And they let you know?
Yeah, I had to meet the mayor live on TV and apologise to the town.
You had to go on TV?
It was just awful. I was doing a film, unfortunately entitled The Mysteries of Pittsburgh. So it's in the title, do you know what I mean? Awful.
People will be going around and changing the posters.
Yeah, and when it's not that great, you
So
know.
you had to go on. You decided this was like damage control, yeah?
Well, no, the producers did it. I thought it was a joke. I had people outside the window going, "Go home, Sienna," with banners, and I woke up thinking that this noise was, you know, a joke. It wasn't. There was Sienna the Witch posters around. I had to meet the mayor live on TV. I had to come out of the makeup. They said, go into the makeup bus, come out and meet the mayor and apologise. And they put him sort of 3 streets down. So I had a 200-metre walk of shame.
No, and were people jeering?
Like, awful, just sort of trying to be like, really awkward, got there. And there was a giant life-size cutout of me, which was mildly distracting.
Why did they have that there, in case you didn't turn up?
Well, so they had to then describe what I'd said without saying shit. So they were like, she said something that rhymes with pit, begins with an S, la la la. The life-size cutout, they'd taken me around Pittsburgh to apparently show me what was good about it all day on TV.
And what you just said, I'm very sorry
I just said I didn't mean it, it rhymes. I'm from England,
and that's it.
Funny.
That's it.
You know, it was awful.
Before we talk about the new movie, which was shot in Wales, I know, I'm interested in the film you've just finished, because you've just done a big action film, haven't you?
I did, called G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. Now, the G.I. Joe, if you don't know, that's the kind of toy they have in America where we had Action Man.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
It's not as good as Action Man, but it's sort of like Action Man. G.I. Joe was the same sort of thing with lots of a boy's toy. How do they make a movie just based on an action figure?
Well, I thought G.I. Joe was one man called Joe who was a G.I., and that's not true. Actually, it was a group of sort of the best sort of fighting people. I'm a baddie, so I don't care about them.
So you're a baddie in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to have
Believe it or not, I know, I can't.
Well, there's not a lot of you, you're not...
Guns, I know. I had every intention of going and working out and being... It just didn't happen.
Okay.
The 1 hour fight training a day was far too much.
What kind of clothes do you wear for this? Do you have to
Black
use it like
leather.
a tight black leather outfit?
Tight black leather.
Okay, boots?
Boots, guns,
Okay.
holsters, thingies.
They're not called holsters, there's bras.
No, there's nothing there. Oh, and much bigger boobs.
Okay. Well, how did they gave you bigger
They
boobs?
gave me these things that look like chicken fillets that girls in the audience will
I
probably
know chicken
about.
fillets as well. Believe it or
Yeah.
not, I've seen Eddie Izzard
Quite
wore
good
some
for
once when I was
slapping
sitting
someone
with
on the
him.
head with.
So you had to make you...
FYI.
They just wanted you to look a bit
They,
bustier.
the director said, I'm going to be honest, I like big boobs and I don't have them. So we made them bigger.
What a terrible thing
With
for someone to say
bras
to you.
and cutlet things.
That's a strange... do you not object when someone says that to you?
Well, I mean, a part of me was like, at least he's honest, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, mildly.
So that's finished now. Is that finished?
That's all done.
Okay. And how much of your life is that? How long do you spend doing a film like that?
That was 5 months.
Okay, so it's quite a
I
long
finished
time.
on Sunday.
That's a big chunk of time.
It's a big chunk of time.
Okay, let me ask you about. We mentioned that you're a fan of Joe, and you said you like being in Wales. It's the Edge of Love, isn't it?
Yeah.
This new movie. It's set in Wales. It's about a Welsh poet, of course,
Yes.
the great Dylan Thomas.
Yeah.
Who do you play in it? What's the kind of story? The triangle.
I
involved
play
with it?
Catelyn Thomas, who is Dylan Thomas's wife, and then there's Keira Knightley, who plays Vera Phillips, and Cillian Murphy, who plays someone else, and it's all sort of about these 4 people, and there's kind of love triangles and all sorts of friendship and betrayal and...
And how much of it is true? How much of this story actually took place?
Well,
How
it's
much
based on, I mean, there's an event that happens in the film that's kind of the climax of it. And that did happen. But amongst that, I mean, no one really knows who slept with who, but we sort of embellished.
Yeah,
so
so
it's
you
not a biopic, it's based on fact.
But you kind of know those people were in those places at that time, and
Exactly.
some of those things
Yeah, I
happened.
mean, poetic license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you working with Keira Knightley, that's a kind of field day for the newspapers there,
Yes.
because you're the two kind of like glamorous young actresses we have in this country. They are, you know, people love seeing you, they love seeing you in movies, they love speculating on what you're doing. I guess there were a lot of people taking photographs.
There
of you when
were.
you
We
were
actually had to redo a lot of the dialogue from the scenes because in the background you can hear the clicking.
so that they can't stop the guys coming and taking pictures of you.
Well,
when
no,
you
we were on a
film.
public beach, so
So
they
they
were on
can
the
do
beach,
that.
yeah. It was, you know, it was weird.
You know, I
Then
read
a scene we were doing was on YouTube by that night.
But
know.
that's annoying. That's
A
irritating.
little
when people do
bit
that.
for the director.
Is that because it was you and Keira, I guess, because it's such a
Yeah.
big story for people? It's a beautiful looking film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful
It
shot
is.
movie.
It's one of the most beautiful shots.
This is the kind of movie you prefer making? You like doing this, or do you like to juggle it up? Is it...
I think the variety is great. I think on the whole, probably prefer... I love kind of the emotional... Yeah, I mean, just very well-written, character-based stuff, I think is...
And it's nice for you to get those kind of parts, because initially you were getting film parts because you're a
Right.
gorgeous young woman. They were saying, we want a sexy young girl in this. And now you're being given the chance to act more, of course.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah. Okay, what's the story? What's the best part of this story? You're going to sell this movie to people. What are they going to get when they go and see this film?
A bath scene between Keira Knightley and me.
That's one of
I
the-
just know how to sell it. That's how it's
That is a good
it's
selling point.
non-eventful, yeah.
Well, there's been... I was reading phases of the paper. They said, oh, Keira and Sienna, they kiss in this film. There's a lesbian
This
kiss
is the
between
thing, it was
Keira
all
and Knightley.
hyperbolized. Yeah, they made out that this was this big lesbian. It's not at all. It's about friendship and you know, and it's really beautiful. There is a bath scene. That's all. I mean, people are so let down by the fact that there's no 3 in a bed.
No.